Bloody hell.
Bloody hell, God, nah.
I don't know what the hell. I could turn that down because I already heard it echo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
Man, interesting day.
Yeah. Poor decisions. Welcome back, y'all.
Yeah, I've definitely made some poor decisions.
Well, I mean, it's not that you made a poor decision. It's just your truck shit out on you.
My truck did shit out on me, so it's currently sitting in the parking lot.
At Total Wine in Lee Summit.
Yeah.
Please don't tow it, guys.
Yeah, shout out to Total Wine in Lee Summit.
I was about to say, if it was on the one on State Line, you could just be like, hey, guys, that's my truck. Yeah, it sounds like a goddamn...
I don't know what you were just doing, babe, but don't quit dragging stuff across the floor, please.
I don't know if it was it her or was it the dogs?
It was her.
Anyway, so Brian's truck is incapacitated right now,
to say the least. It's been giving me problems the last couple weeks, and I've been, I've expressed concern to individuals.
Yeah, you've talked about wanting to get rid of that thing for a while now.
I mean, ideally, I could get it fixed, but my concern is like, okay, I could spend a couple grand to get it fixed,
yeah,
and then in another month, I have more issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Because trust me, I'd rather not get a new vehicle.
Yeah,
it's not like I'm getting a new vehicle because I want to get a new vehicle.
It's because you need to.
I don't want to. Trust me, because I don't want to. I haven't had a car payment in over 5 years.
Yeah, it's I'm going 1 month without a car payment now, and I kind of like that extra, $100 diddly-do in my pocket.
Diddly dollars. I need to switch this over to. There we go.
Well, other than that, how are you, sir? I mean, that's a loaded question. I know today. I feel like that's a.
Could things be worse? Absolutely.
Things could always be worse, man. Everything is temporary. It's all good.
I'm alive. We got some fantastic beer karma.
You've got
Nigel.
You've got your health. You've got your lady. You've got a house.
Yep. We got a crackhead dog.
Got a crackhead dog.
Got a house hippo.
Yeah. What are we drinking here, Brian?
So a lot of people don't know how to actually pronounce it, but it's like
Tezcatlipoca.
Tezcatlipoca.
Lipoca? I think I fucked it up. Tezcatlipoca. I think I said it right the first time.
I think you did too, honestly. But yeah, Nigel actually gave us. So it's based on it's from Diametric.
Shout out to Diametric and Blake
and Nigeli for bringing some over to us because apparently I never have any free time. Hence the reason why I had the truck problems.
Yeah,
and not
fair.
Even being able to get in, I haven't had time to even trying to get into a shop.
Yeah.
So it's like every time I jump into it and like it starts, I'm like,
oh, thank God. It started today.
Yeah. So most people just call this beer
Tezcat. They did variations on this.
They always do
year,
variations
right?
of it. Yeah. They always do variations of it.
So do they only do variations in the tap room, or do they do variations in a can as well?
I think they do.
Because I've only had it like once in the tap room, roughly last year.
Yeah, I think they do variations.
I think Nigel brought us some last year too. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so too. But this one is I don't think this is one of their variations. I think this. Well, I guess it is barrel aged.
Is this the OG one? Because it's kind of like based off of like a
Mayan,
like Mexican hot chocolate, right?
Yeah. So it's imperial stout with chocolate, cinnamon, vanilla. What is that? Mulatto.
Mulatto. I don't know. We're probably saying that wrong.
Chili de Arbols.
Arbols.
That's funny. Chili of Arbols. Chili of Arbols. I don't know who Arbols is, but
or they're marbles. Sorry about your marbles, Arbols.
Sorry about your marbles, Maya or Mayans, whatever. There we are.
Yeah, they're not alive anymore. We don't have to apologize.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
We never did. How about a beer? But
how
about a beer?
Here we go.
I mean, and for those keeping track at home, it is
12%.
12% beer. Yes.
It tastes every bit like it too. That is goddamn tasty.
Yes.
Thank you, Nigel.
So I figured this one. We'll start with this one, but this is one of those ones
we could just kind of sip on.
We can sip on throughout the episode. But the problem is now all the other beers are not cold. Like the one beer that we don't mind being warm is the cold beer.
But here's the thing. I don't care.
I don't always care.
Yeah, I mean, like cold is a state of mind, you know.
But we will lighten it up with one of these other ones that like I showed you and you're like, I've never heard of that. I'm like, neither have I. And it's one of these Boulevard ones.
Oh, yeah. Fancy Livin.
Fancy Livin, a white sangria sour ale.
It sounds wild.
It sounds fancy.
Sounds like fancy living.
There's like no descriptor for it either. Sour ale with natural flavors.
I love those kind of flavors.
I love natural flavors.
It's like things that have the ingredient of flavor.
Yeah. Ooh. Interesting. It's a wild color.
Yeah, it is.
Pour mine super hard. God dang. I'm just all out of sorts.
That's fair. It's understandable. I've just been kind of dicking around all day. It's been kind of nice to not do fuck all. So
yeah.
I haven't had a day like that in a long time.
Yeah, I get it. So yeah, like I was gonna go look at vehicles today, but the reason why we didn't is because we went and got a new bed too.
Yeah.
God dang, that thing is fucking huge.
Dude,
that's what she said.
Hey-oh.
Phrasing.
Oh, you already got it.
I said mine was the hey phrasing.
Well,
yours is phrasing.
Well, phrasing times 2.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into this one.
Cheers, sir.
Okay, I like the nose on that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm like. Interesting smell. Like it's not a bad. It's not.
It
almost
smells
like
it smells like a sour. I mean,
it almost looks like a peach orange juice.
Yeah, the clarity is
non-existent.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a wheat ale.
There's no. I don't see any floaties or anything.
There's no head retention on this.
More head retention than Tezcat.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, you didn't pour that hard.
I poured mine hard.
Yeah.
I could have poured Tezcat harder.
Yeah. Hey-o.
I like the smell on this.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Guava?
It's like guava and like apricot.
Yeah. I always have a hard time identifying the
well, I've never fucking had a guava before, so I don't know what the hell they smell like. Or an apricot. I've had like dried apricot.
You know what? I'm not mad at this.
Oh, even at that temperature.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that.
Like, I think being super cold, this would be awesome.
Yeah, but at like, this is room temp.
Yeah. Because like I bought it at Total Wine, then I had to have Jen come pick me up. Thank you, Jen. Love you, baby.
Shout out to Jen.
Yeah. And so the beer wasn't getting cold because I ran to Total Wine. I'm like, all right, I'm going to run home, throw it in the freezer. That way it can be cold.
Yeah.
Or at least colder by the time you show up. And
that's good, dude.
But yeah, no, that's good. So good job on
Wow, I'm shocked that I enjoy this as much as I do, considering it's pretty minimal in terms of like the description of the beer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we haven't been high on Boulevard lately.
Yeah. I mean, we just don't drink a
beers.
lot of Boulevard.
We don't. And I mean, I think we do have, I don't know if I want to call it outside influence that
I would say that's
doesn't
fair.
like Boulevard at all, but
I mean, I like them within reason. If I'm out and I don't see anything on a tap list that I like or whatever, like, but if I see they have a Tank 7, like I'll gravitate towards the Tank 7.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually had a Tank 7.
I'd rather take a Tank 7 like on tap than a Boulevard Wheat, but that's just me. I'm not huge on wheat beers, so.
My Sharpie.
I was about to say you're looking for something.
I was looking for my Sharpie, but it's gone in my. Oh well. All right.
So what are we talking about, Brian?
Well, I think because we discussed some of our favorite movies.
Yeah. Christmas movies.
Not necessarily our favorite Christmas movies, but like we kind of talked about it a little bit in the last episode.
Yeah.
But like this episode, we were talking about diving more into some of our like actual favorites, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
So like one of my favorites, Scrooged, is one of my.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
It's more of a comedic take on Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
it's got Bill Murray in it, and a bunch of other not as well known people at that time. But
yeah. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy Jingle All the Way.
See, and that's one I've only watched it like once or twice.
Oh, dude, it's such a good movie, and I forgot if I think I was having this conversation in my head about like a topic about like, Arnold or Sly. And I'm an Arnold guy. I think he has better acting chops than Sly Stallone.
I gravitate more towards Arnold stuff.
And I think like in this movie in particular, like the dude has comedic chops.
Yeah, no,
like,
he definitely came.
I mean, especially like going like twins with Danny DeVito and Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
Like,
even
oh my God, dude.
The certain aspects of True Lies.
Yeah, yeah.
Had some comedy aspect to it. Too.
But I think his like comedy like timing and Jingle All the Way with
and it's a very relatable
with Sinbad. It's just
movie.
like, dude, it's such a good. Like they're a great. It's it's teetering on like a buddy comedy.
Yeah,
because it's like two completely different opposite people.
Yeah,
you know,
Sinbad's post office worker.
Yeah,
and
Arnold works for a toy corporation.
Yeah,
or at least maybe just a corporation. Not.
I think
he
works for. He's like a corporate office person.
Yeah.
And they're both going after this one toy, which
Turbo
at the
Man.
time is very relatable as well.
Yeah. And like it's crazy to watch that movie through the lens of 2024 and like Black Friday shopping, like that shit is gone, dude. Like, and I kind of missed like, you know, there's a scene when like they're at the mall trying to get Turbo Man, and I remember like malls being that's where you went, for Christmas shopping, and it was just like such an experience.
Because that was
and like now it's all lost now, man.
Mid 90s.
Yeah, it was late 90s.
Mid to late 90s.
Yeah, like 98 or something.
Okay. So, yeah, and again, that was before, Amazon or online shopping really was a thing.
Yeah. But I miss those days of like, going to the mall and like.
But then you get peopled out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I worked at Macy's during Christmas. It was like my second job that I ever had.
Oh shit.
And that was an experience. That was, like deep dive into customer service. 16-year-old Conor with braces and long hair.
Hey guys, I need your form a single line, please.
Well, no. So I worked. I worked in like men's clothes and like housewares.
Oh yeah.
For the most part, and then
just refolding everything.
And then, oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. I'm really good at folding shirts and like pants.
I've done retail, but not that large.
Well, so second, I think one of my. Trying to remember when I started, it was in early November, and then the day after Christmas they threw me in women's shoes.
Oh shit.
And it was fucking chaos.
Yeah.
I learned that day how much women love shoes.
Oh yeah. Well, so like my main retail experiences is I worked at, it was called Outdoor Sales and Surplus. So it was a camping store, but also a surplus store. And like a lot of people came there for like boots. So I got really good at like sizing, like helping people figure out like, hey, what boot, like hiking boot or military boot or a combat boot or freaking, police force boot they would need and what worked best for different type of people. But then like I also worked in the surplus area, and occasionally, depending on what the day of the week, I'd go and work in the camping section. Yeah. So I got really good with hiking backpacks and stuff too. Yeah. And like I still remember some of that, but it's
I don't miss the retail days at all, man.
Don't really miss it now.
But it all like I feel like so much of who I am now I can relate to those jobs, and so much of it is it's all customer service. Like that's all it is just making sure someone has a good experience.
Yeah, I mean that's what we do at the brewery now. Yeah. It's at a much smaller aspect, and it's a lot more hands-on and consistent hands-on during their experience, where a lot of times, with those larger retail places, they're like, oh yeah, I'm here to find a shirt right now, but like now, like in 10 minutes, I'm going to be all the way on the other side of the store looking for some other knickknack.
So Jingle All the Way is one of my favorite Christmas movies. Obviously Christmas Vacation. Yeah. And like I don't want to give like a top 5 because it's just like it can be a fluid like situation changed. And I mean honestly like so we were chatting with the Strunks last night. Yeah. And The Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
We watched that the other night. Jen and I watched
it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. That was the thing I was gonna pull up. I need to try and find,
because I mean obviously there's people that do and don't believe that Die Hard is or is not, which it is. It takes place on Christmas.
And that's what I'm literally getting ready to try and pull up.
What was the thing you showed me the other day where it was like Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie than like Rudolph?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to try and pull up. Is I had saved an article.
So fucking funny.
Where the hell is my save? Saves.
One movie that I'm just like, I can't watch it anymore is Christmas Story. Because like growing up, it was always on like the TBS for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Just couldn't watch it, man.
Yeah, and I still enjoy it.
Burned out.
But I can't watch it, I can't watch it for 24 hours straight.
Yeah.
Like if I turn on TBS and it's in the middle, okay, I will start watching it.
And then
restart.
And then
when it gets up to that next point where I started.
Change the channel.
All right. Let's move on
done.
now. All right. So yes, I came across this article, and so I'll come back to it. But one of my other favorite movies is Elf. I really do.
Oh, dude, I love that movie.
I love Elf. Yeah.
And the holiday is a good one too. It's a rom-com, but it's Jack Black.
Okay, yeah. Is that the dude? One of the guys from Grey's Anatomy, Patrick?
I don't remember.
Well, anyway, I'll get into this article that I came across. It's from Die Cut Dudes. So they kind of made it like it's this deep dive research study type of thing. So it says, breaking news, study confirms Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie than Rudolph. In a shocking turn of events, researchers at the Yuletide Institute for Cultural Studies, or YICS, have released a groundbreaking study proving that Die Hard qualifies as a Christmas movie more than Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The study analyzed over 1,000 holiday films based on 5 criteria. Presence of Christmas themes.
Number 1.
Is number 1. Number 2 is amount of holiday music. Number 3 is family reconciliation subplots. And number 4 is Christmas Eve setting.
I mean, it starts off on Christmas Eve.
Exactly. And number 5 is use of Christmas decorations as plot devices. So, lead researcher Dr. Holly Evergreen, if that's not a explained, while Rudolph is a charming tale, it scored surprisingly low on Christmas ambience due to its lack of Christmas Eve stakes and overly generalized holiday cheer in quotes. Meanwhile, Die Hard scored off the charts with its heavy use of Christmas songs, a plot centered on a Christmas party, and Bruce Willis literally using wrapping paper to save the day.
I mean, come on.
Exactly. So,
what more do you want, guys?
So key findings here are Die Hard features 21 Christmas trees, while Rudolph has only 4. The soundtrack of Die Hard includes Let It Snow and Winter Wonderland. And remember, we talked about this previously. At the very beginning, it's Run DMC.
Yeah.
Christmas Time.
Yeah.
As well. So, and that's not even in here.
No, but compared to Rudolph's singular titular song.
Yes, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Fuck it. All right, anyway. Bruce Willis shouts, ho, 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 albeit sarcastically, after defeating a bad guy, adding bonus points. Dr. Evergreen also noted that Die Hard depicts family reconciliation. I almost keep fucking that up every time I see it.
I want to. What do you think it's?
I like not reconciliation, but like now I'm actually saying it right. And now I'm like, fuck. Now I don't remember what the fucking word
I don't know what the wrong word was anymore.
Yeah. But reconciliation on Christmas Eve, a hallmark of the holiday genre.
It absolutely is.
Whereas Rudolph, while adorable, is more of a tale about workplace discrimination. I mean, that's the beginning of Elf, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
He just happens to find out that he's actually human, right?
That's like the first 10 minutes of Elf.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, you bring it up to a high peak very early.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. All right. So, public reaction. The results have ignited fierce debates online. Die Hard has Christmas explosions and Alan Rickman in a Santa suit. What else do you need? And that's quoted as at Holiday Hero. and I think these are made up freaking.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And then the another public reaction is, Rudolph is a classic. How dare you compare it to a movie about glass-filled feet by @Red-Nose-Loyalist. The YICS, and if you don't remember what that is the
it's the
Yuletide Institute of Cultural Studies. Researchers hinted that their next study will determine whether Home Alone or It's a Wonderful Life is the ultimate Christmas movie, with Elf as a dark horse contender.
I really don't know It's a Wonderful Life all that well. If I'm being completely honest, I know what it's about. I've maybe seen it once as a kid.
I remember seeing it a few times. I feel like It's a Wonderful Life was like our version of A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Where it got played a lot
all
when we were
the time.
younger.
Yeah.
Because I remember my grandparents and even my mother, like when I was way younger, like it was always like the big one. Like,
yeah.
I haven't probably seen that movie in 30 plus years now.
I've never sat down and just like watched it for the sake of watching it.
Yeah. So final note on this is it says, for now, one thing is clear. Die Hard isn't just a Christmas movie. It's apparently the most Christmas movie. Yippee-ki-yay, holiday fans.
I mean, it is a Christmas movie.
I agree.
It is.
Even though Bruce Willis
has said that it's not.
It's not. And I feel like that was more
I think that
him
was
just fucking with everybody.
Oh, yeah. He was.
Because even
he was trolling the people.
Reginald, who is the black cop in it, he's even said, they've hired him to do show, not commentary, but like hosting bits where like he like in between the commercials or whatever, he'll come on and do little Yuletide things, Die Hard related. Because even like I even saw a thing, it's like technically Die Hard 2 is also a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
I don't know it as well as the first one, but
dumber plot because it's literally like trying to free a terrorist.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
So I came across that. I'm like, oh, we have to talk about this.
No, that's good. That's good.
The AI graphic that they had made for it is freaking fantastic.
Ridiculous.
Where it shows John McClane with a gun and Rudolph sitting next to each other, but it has a chart behind them saying "Die Hard, ho ho, Hindeer."
Well, it's because they don't know how. It's AI.
It's
they can't
AI.
spell.
Yeah. Like how many hooves does
and like Rudolph just says RUDPH Rudf.
Well, and it's like Bruce is like the B and R combined.
Yeah, Bruce.
It looks like almost like Bruce Willis.
Goddamn AI.
Yeah, learn how to spell names too, fuckers.
Learn how to spell. I saw I was looking at like Christmas stuff on Amazon, and it was a under sink organizer. And the image was like clearly AI generated.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was like a box of Tide next to like toothpaste and like a set of keys. I'm just like,
who keeps their keys in
underneath the sink next to Tide Pods?
Hey, I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe you did
Gen Z. I don't know what Gen Z's up to.
Well, I mean, with the whole Tide Pod challenge thing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
It's like, how? Seriously?
I hope you all die. You're morons.
It's like Darwinism is a thing.
100%. Yeah. And it's also why women live longer than men.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know who didn't start that challenge? A woman.
No. No, I've seen, I know there was the whole, and that's why a lot of ice cream companies had to start sealing their.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, because people were going to grocery stores, opening it and licking it.
Yeah, during like COVID.
Yeah. And like, I think I recall seeing like a lot of girls.
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, which was just like, oh, okay, that's weird.
Yeah,
wasn't expecting that.
It's not. It wasn't a dangerous thing.
Yeah, not as dangerous as
them.
I mean, not as dangerous as the cinnamon challenge. Remember that one?
Yes, I do remember this.
Like people were ending up in hospitals and like their lungs were getting inflamed. And, like it destroys your lungs.
And I've never tried the cinnamon.
Oh, fuck
I
that.
have done.
No, I'm out.
The like kind of like the cracker one, the saltine one.
What's that? You just eat a bunch of saltines and see
it's
what
like
happens?
you can't eat like. I think it's more than like 6 or 7
at a time or in a row.
I think like basically like putting them all in without like you
without
can't finish
like water,
without having some sort of water.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's salt and And wheat.
Yeah. I do remember, like, when I was in the Scouts and we were hiking through the Grand Canyon, not the long way, the short, across.
Oh, you didn't go the whole length of the Grand Canyon?
We did not go the whole length. There's what they call a corridor of the Grand Canyon. And so it goes, like, the main camp that a lot of the people that do, like, the mule stuff go to, it goes to, like, a camp called Bright Angel, and then they'll go up the other end. Well, that's, like, a one-day thing.
Okay.
Where we did ours in 5 days. And there's certain areas that you can go and hike, but you had to have authorization to go and hike. And, like, somehow,
like for safety reasons, or just like
just that way they know you're
there. Yeah.
That way, if you don't come and if you don't, like, check in after an X amount of time, they have an idea of, like, hey, we should probably go check that area that they were going to, see if we can, if they're okay or something has happened.
Yeah.
Because I know up in Denali National Park, they have similar stuff as well. And there's a lot more dangerous stuff in Denali National Park than Grand Canyon. And that's including rattlesnakes being in the Grand Canyon.
That sounds pretty dangerous.
Yeah. We walked across one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It was a baby one, too, which are more dangerous than adults.
Because their poison is more concentrated?
It's not that
or
it's more
because you can't hear them.
No, they don't know how to regulate how much they release.
Okay.
So when they bite, it's like
it's just all in.
Release.
It's all in.
Where a lot of times, like the adults, if they bite you, they release a little bit and then retract.
Yeah.
Where a lot of times, like the babies, like they'll
Gotta
bite,
save that poison.
hold on, and just everything comes out. That's why. That's why, like, a lot of times when you see, literally, like, researchers, the way they make anti-venom is by
using venom,
extracting the venom. And so that's why you see, like, the researchers or lab people, they will hold it and they will literally push the snake's things
into like that drum thing
into the
it's like a drum
silicone type of thing, and it's because it's literally forcing more out, and like you'll see them, like the way they have their hand,
they like massage,
it's pushing the rest of the venom out.
Yeah,
because adults have learned how to not release all of the venom. So, and it actually takes more than one snake to even, I think, make like the anti-venom. So it's a good thing that
got to be a rattlesnake farmer, man. That's where the money is. Shit.
Yeah, worm farmer.
I've got worms.
I've got worms. That's what we're going to call it. Oh, okay. That would be a great name for a worm farm.
So the Grand Canyon.
We hiked through it. And I forgot how we even started on that part. What the hell were we talking about?
I don't know.
I literally just side tangent.
Me too, dude.
And forgot what I was talking about. Oh, shit. Sorry, everybody.
Whatever. Don't apologize. People know what they signed up for.
Yeah. Speaking of people signing up, we've
got a new subscriber.
Yes, that we have to shout out. Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Forgetful Squid. Thank you for the subscription. It is greatly appreciated.
Yes, it is.
And obviously, shout out to all the existing subscribers as well.
Yep.
Chad being our very first subscriber. Then we got Ellie and Miranda
and Jen
as well. I don't think I'm missing anybody.
I think that's it. We've got 5.
Yeah, that's 5.
I can count them all in one hand.
Yeah. I can only count to 4.
I can only count to 4.
Eventually, maybe we'll get lucky one day and we'll have like 100.
Or hey, 6.
Or 6, yeah.
Let's think small, Brian. Think small.
Well, you know what? One at a time. That's all you need.
Yeah.
One at a time.
Yep. One thing at a time.
Literally, Nigel's like, how are you guys getting these subscribers? Like, we don't have that many subscribers. And my immediate response was, have you ever asked? He's like, oh, fuck you.
I mean, facts. Big facts.
I mean, because all we've done is just hey, we would love to have those subscribers and the support, and go out and follow us, and because we're getting super close to hitting 1,000 downloads as Poor Decisions.
That's crazy.
And I mean,
we're a few weeks out from doing this for a year.
Yeah, and so we should end up having 1,000 followers if we continue on the same pace. We will have over 1,000, not followers. Sorry. Nice. For a comparison.
That was pretty close.
That was close.
Oh man, I'm going to work on this.
Yeah.
I've found my new lot in life.
There's a new goal in life, and it's to sound just like Barney's belch. But yeah, we should hit 1,000 downloads.
Wow.
Before we hit the 1 year mark.
Wow.
So, which is awesome.
Yeah. I was listening to our one with Nigel. It's so unhinged.
Oh yeah. And I mean, that makes me want to get like, cause with the newer, processor, technically it was only set up for 2 mics, but it has an extra USB-C port on it. So we can technically have a third mic. And actually I kind of figured out a way to potentially do a 4th mic.
Oh, cool.
But it's like a headset type of thing.
Okay.
And it would plug into the front where I usually have the speakers plugged into.
Yeah.
Apparently that will also receive audio. I'm just like, oh, I didn't know that.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'll have to dive into that. And so the idea is maybe with the Duo, we could actually have a quad.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
So,
it's definitely a work in progress. But obviously, all the listeners and followers definitely help. Now we just need to keep it growing. I know the Casey Beer Co. Advent calendar
with a K.
We always have to make sure we preface that. We've been getting away from that more and more.
I think we did it well on Saturday.
Yeah.
With our videos.
Yeah. We have.
Did you respond to them? Because I think they messaged us.
Yeah, I responded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we 11?
Yeah,
what time?
We're going to go there at 11. So I may need you to pick me up.
That's fair.
Because I may not have a vehicle still.
Yeah.
Probably won't. So, yeah. Now I just need to get that truck fixed so I can get it to a dealership. Hopefully there's no dealerships listening to the podcast yet.
No.
And
yet.
That way I can try and get as much of a traded value as I can.
You want a Kia Soul?
No, you want a
broken
a very large paperweight right now?
No, I don't.
It's got wheels.
That's cool.
How much weight can you push?
Not that much.
Not that much. It is not an easy vehicle to push. I've had to push it before. Like 10 feet into I was doing traveling or something and it was riding E and literally 10 feet from the gas pump.
Oh my God.
It died on me.
Oh my God.
I'm like, fuck. And that was a hard 10 feet to go. I said what I said.
Heyo. Well, that being said.
Mm-hmm.
How about a beer?
Yes, let's get into another one, sir. See, this is where I just need to get that fridge down here. Because then I could have just thrown them all in that fridge.
Yeah.
And that way they could have still been chill.
Hey, man.
And you could have just
Black Friday or Amazon or whatever.
I have the one.
Yeah.
I just need to get it down here.
Yeah.
Into the studio. Well, I was getting excited. Like, all right, well, I'm going to start working. I started moving some stuff around and clearing space. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm getting excited. I start possibly doing some stuff down here.
Yeah.
Because we've had this other giant TV just sitting in the garage. I'm just like, hey, maybe we can set that up as a monitor type of thing. That way you're not having to lean over to see the computer every once in a while.
Yeah.
I could set up something for that. So you want to go over what we're talking about while I grab the glasses?
So we've got a Tallgrass Vanilla Bean Buffalo Sweat.
I have not had this beer, and I haven't had the Vanilla Bean from Wichita yet.
So it's an oatmeal cream stout brewed with vanilla beans. It's only 5%. That's crazy. You'd think this beer would be a bigger ABV.
So Tallgrass, I used to love Tallgrass
out of Wichita,
but Tallgrass closed, and now it's Wichita Brewing Company.
Yeah,
bought some of the recipes, and I tried Tallgrass, and that's what I thought I was grabbing. I didn't realize I was grabbing the vanilla bean. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's time to give it another shot.
Yeah,
because they've been doing it for a couple years now. And
and this is what is this?
Is it me or does that just seem like almost
that was almost perfect?
Well, no, even the carbonation
but just went away immediately.
But
and you did a hard pour.
I mean, not as hard as I could have or I've been doing,
but still,
to me, it almost looks like a soda. The way the carbonation's dissipating.
Yeah,
and even the bubbles and whatnot, It almost makes it.
There's no head retention on this.
There's no head retention.
I don't know if it's because of like the temperature of the beer, but.
And of course, there's no date on this.
It does smell a bit oxidized though.
Yeah, there's no date on this either. And I used to think, like, how are they not doing that? But then I realized, like, when you guys started canning, I'm like, oh, it's because it's on the...
It could be on, like,
the carrier.
Yeah. For the 6-pack carrier.
Yeah. Or on the box or whatever.
Well, let's get into it.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Definitely. And see, I think this is one of the things...
Vanilla is mild.
This is what I don't like about Wichita's version. To me, it has more of that coffee smell.
Yes.
And that's one of the things I used to love about Tallgrass's version.
Yes.
It didn't have any coffee smell because when I got into it, I wasn't a coffee drinker at all.
It's still fucking tasty though. Not gonna lie.
The vanilla is definitely on.
It's not on the nose, but
it's in the taste.
Yeah, the palate is there.
And I remember Tallgrass. Tallgrass. They had what they called their Explorer series, so it was like Boulevard Smokestack series.
Yeah.
It was a barrel aged Buffalo Sweat. They did a vanilla version as well.
Yeah,
it was barrel aged. But then I always felt like the vanilla Buffalo Sweat was a little too sweet. And so the Explorer Series version had cinnamon sticks in it.
Oh, okay.
And so it helped settle down that sweetness.
Yeah.
But it didn't give it too much of that cinnamon spice.
Yeah.
And that style was freaking fire.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is good. I dig this. It still has like that, I get like a nuttiness to it as well.
It's a bit nutty.
Austin, that's shit.
It is.
I get it. I have bad teeth.
No, that's solid though.
It's good. I dig it.
But yeah, I think I can feel a little bit of that oxidation on it.
Yeah.
But luckily, like for most people, like they're not going to notice that.
No.
So, yeah.
The layman, as it were.
I mean, you and I barely notice it.
Yeah.
And it's because the stouts are going to lend to masking that a lot more.
Yeah. Especially when you have like an adjunct in it, like vanilla.
Yeah. I mean, you get a lot of people that they will hold on to these for extended
like
periods.
Like your chickadee check?
That was the wrong beer to hold on to.
Yeah, that was rough.
Lesson learned.
Don't try to cellar a dark Czech lager.
No.
For what, 2
Not
years? How long was that?
No, it was a full year.
Ugh. It was terrible.
No, it's only been 2 years, according to your math, since we've done Chickadee Czech Lager.
It has been. It was 2023.
When you brewed it.
It's been 2 years.
Not completely.
It's been 2 years.
It was December 23.
Since it was on tap?
Since you brewed it.
Since it was on tap, 2 years.
When did it go off a tap?
I don't know. I know it was, we talked about this.
I know.
And it was February.
It has not been 760 days since we had it on tap last.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's, 730 days is 2 years, sir. 365 times 2.
Was I saying, what was I saying, 760?
Yeah, you said
I kept saying that, and I'm like, that number doesn't sound right.
I'm pretty sure it's 730.
365 times 2, yes.
Yeah.
It was my understanding there'd be no math. When did we turn into a math podcast?
I can only count to 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 730.
So we're like the mature version of Sesame Street?
I wouldn't go that far.
Today's letter is F for fuck that shit.
For fuck. Today's number is 69.
Which is muy nice.
It's muy nice.
No, some people may refer to it as noise.
Got to put no in there.
Noise.
Oh.
Show them O face.
Ow. You know what I'm talking about.
Hamburg fucker. Ow. All right. Wow. So what is a Christmas movie that you can't stand besides, we've talked about Christmas Story.
Man, I don't know. You know what we just talked about, I really cannot stand like the stop action or the Rudolph stuff. It's weird, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Like the Rudolph and the Frosty.
Yeah.
It's like we started a while. I'm like, okay, we'll watch something before we head to bed, and like I put on Frosty, and like literally we made it 5 minutes, and we're just like,
fuck this.
Nope, can't do it.
Because like I always watch like the Simpsons Christmas episodes, Bob's Burgers Christmas. I watch those for like Halloween and Thanksgiving and stuff. So that's my tradition. On top of that, I also like to watch like the South Park like Christmas stuff as well.
Yeah.
So I guess like more for me is just like watching TV shows that I enjoy. Because there's only like a handful of good Christmas movies,
Yeah, I thought I had something else saved, so I was scrolling through my phone a little bit to see if I could find other Christmas stuff. I am not seeing anything right off. So, I don't know. I thought I had something saved, but I am not seeing it. Whatever. I know, thinking about Christmas, like even like Bad Moms Christmas.
Oh yeah.
It's a good one if you've never really seen it. Catherine O'Hara, is Catherine.
Yeah.
She just plays who she is now.
So now, do you like Home Alone 1 or Home Alone 2 more?
Oh, like this is a good conversation. Like this is something I did come across, and it's on the Home Alone. And I think you asked somebody about this the other day at the brewery. Actually,
yeah.
I actually prefer the first one. I like the second one, but it's kind of like the idea of Anchorman, right?
Yeah,
where like some of the stuff they did in the second one was also in the first one.
Yeah,
so it kind of becomes redundant.
It's kind of a formula, you know,
Yes.
like. They knew it worked well in the first one, so they didn't fully replicate it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even in certain aspects of Gremlins, but like Gremlins 2, which really isn't, it's not Christmassy in that aspect of the first Gremlins.
Right.
There's obviously, like, the way that the Gremlins came about, that's the same. But there's mutations of them all of a sudden. So then it makes it kind of a different storyline.
Yeah.
And like the way that they're able to defeat them, because literally one of them becomes what I'm trying to think of, the sun doesn't affect it the way the other ones do, right?
It's like Blade, it's a reverse
it's
vampire.
A daywalker.
Yeah.
It's a day gremlin. And so like that's where I like Gremlins 2, but like the Home Alone 2, like I struggle with that one.
I like it a lot, man. I enjoy that movie.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. It's just I prefer the first one. And we won't even talk about
the third one,
anything else.
The third one, they're not. He's like,
it's not even him.
He's not even Home Alone. Like it.
Well, it's not even Kevin. It's somebody different. And like there's a fourth one, and then
no, it's bad. It's not good.
I know. Like what was it last year or 2 winters ago? Now, like they
did another one.
They did another one, but it is kind of based off of. They at least bring in the idea of Kevin because like Buzz is in it.
Yeah,
where he's a cop.
Yeah.
And there's a whole McAllister security system.
Yeah.
And he makes the comment and he's like, my brother does this shit every fucking winter. And, I never did get to watch that one though.
Yeah.
I've heard that,
I'm good.
I've heard that it's all right. I've never watched it though.
Now, where are you at on the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen?
I enjoyed them.
I think the first one's the best.
First one is definitely the best. Second one was definitely entertaining.
Did you ever watch they did like the Santa Claus series on Netflix?
No, I never watched that.
You know what? It's It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad. It still fits into the Santa Claus universe. Like, I can't believe I'm saying that right now.
The Claus verse. Like the fourth one where you had Martin Short as
it's Jack Frost.
As Jack Frost and trying to take over as Santa because
so cringy,
he gets
dude.
no.
It's so cringy.
Like I liked the premise of the whole thing. I don't like the storyline.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Well, then he divorces his wife to marry who he thinks is or who becomes Mrs. Claus.
He was already divorced at the beginning of the first one.
But I'm just like it's so fucked up that and now he's just like, hey, this is your mom now.
Which used to be your principal that you kept getting in trouble with.
Because you're an asshole.
Like, my kid was an a-hole. I had to come down here to save you and end up falling in love with a person that you freaking kept getting in trouble with.
Yeah, it's a weird plot line.
But I do enjoy, where he was just fine with being, like, a bachelor.
Yeah.
But then, he started losing his match because of the Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
Which I love the idea
of a clause.
Of a clause.
That has to do with...
It's the Mrs. Claus.
And then they just, they harped on that, though. Like, everything was just a clause.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, guys.
After the first time,
it was good the first time.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Let everybody else figure out the clauses, okay?
Let Reddit go crazy with their own, clauses.
Yeah. Because even, the beginning of the third one, where, the idea, she was pregnant. I'm like, okay, that was a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
I feel like. Because then you have Charlie, his son, who's now, done with school.
Yeah.
Having a I can't remember if it was a boy or a girl. But had a sibling that's literally 18, 19, 20 years younger.
I mean, my youngest brother is 15 years younger than me, so I get it. I get it.
And my brother and sister are 10 and 12 years younger than me.
Yeah.
But I think 15 is that's pushing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when it comes to Tim Allen.
Yeah. But no, I always enjoyed the Santa Clauses. I mean, it's kind of to me, that's kind of up there with, the Cars.
Yeah.
Where they did good. They were good about how they were spinning it.
Yeah.
Again, once you get to that fourth one, I just kind of I'm
out. I'm out.
I mean, because Judge Reinhold being in each of them was pretty comical.
Yeah. And then you can he aged the worst out of anyone else in those movies.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
He looks terrible.
Well, have you seen? So speaking of that, looking terrible in Judge Reinhold, have you seen? You don't have Netflix, so you probably haven't seen it. So they did a fourth Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh my god!
And they just call it Axel F.
Oh boy!
And literally, spoilers. I think it's been out for about a year now. So whatever. His daughter gets into trouble. And the daughter, I'm sorry, looks like. Did you remember the third one where he hooked up with the girl at the end?
Yeah, yeah.
Looks exactly like, I think that was Robin Givens, if I recall correctly. Looks exactly like her, basically. And even the mannerisms are very similar.
Yeah.
But she went back to Beverly Hills with her mother because apparently a gang had been trying to track down Axel, so he sent him away and then just stayed in Detroit, and then there was a whole divorce, but his daughter turns into a prosecuting attorney. Go figure. And she gets into some trouble, so he shows back up, but then Judge Reinhold gets into some trouble too, and goes missing, and so then there's this whole back and forth thing, and yeah, Judge Reinhold has not aged well.
No, he has not. He looks rough.
I think so many people remember him from the Fast Times at Ridgemont High times.
Yeah.
And some even he was in Gremlins.
He was. Yeah.
And everybody remembers him like that, and even the early Beverly Hills Cops, where it's he just always looked the same.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he just kind of disappeared
and he got
2
old.
decades.
He got old. 2
decades makes a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't see somebody for 2 decades, they'd be like, what the fuck happened? Because, I actually, it was funny today, ran to Home Depot to pick up some stuff and ran into, I didn't run into him. I saw him. I don't know if they recognized me, though. But he's not a buddy anymore, but it was his ex-wife, and she's worked for Home Depot for years, but I haven't talked to her in probably 10 years. I don't think she had any idea who I was. Because like she kind of looked at me once, and I saw her, but then like I was Jen, so and we were focused on something else at the time, and just like yeah, if she doesn't come out to it, she has no idea who I am right now.
Just move on.
I'm fine with that.
Move on.
I'm moving on. Like and nothing against her, because honestly, like with the whole ordeal with my buddy, it's like he was kind of a dick, and so we kind of sided more with her side anyway.
Yeah,
but I'm just like, I'm not gonna.
Nope.
Like
I'll be like, hey,
I have
you remember
somewhere
that
else
time?
to be, and I don't want to freaking get into, a 10-minute conversation when I could be,
doing something else
halfway to where I need to be.
Yeah.
So yeah,
your broken down truck and total wine.
I'm just glad it didn't break down because we went and picked up that bed today, and I'm just glad it didn't break down in the driveway.
That would have sucked.
It really would have sucked. Because then I would have had to unload all that stuff to get it like towed or something, and it was in the driveway. Like I would have been fine. Like if it just decided to break down in my driveway, I'm like, okay, well there
cool.
it is. At least it's in my driveway.
It's at home.
Yeah. And
oh my god, that sucks, man.
So I'm like, I have somewhere to be, and now like I'm on this mission of, fuck you, Nigel, because he's like, oh, you'll miss one. Fuck you, Nigel.
Oh, so he did this.
Maybe
he did.
Maybe he's probably at work.
Oh, of course he is.
Yeah, because he works at Diametric on
Mondays.
Typically. But yeah, like we were talking about, he's like, have you missed an episode yet? I'm like, no, we haven't missed an episode yet.
Nope.
Like at this rate, like my goal is to try and catch up to you. He's like, good luck. He's like, you'll miss one. I'm like, fuck you, Nigel.
We've missed days of recording, but we've had backstock.
Yeah, and when we do that, I don't want to say on purpose.
No, it's on purpose.
But sometimes we've scheduled it on purpose. Like, like next Monday, I think you said you're not available or something like that.
No. Yeah.
So like we're like, all right, we're going to record 2 episodes. That way, we're good to go for a couple weeks. There's been certain times where it's like, we had some in the backlog.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, we can't record this week. Like, it's fine. We got one in the backlog.
Yeah.
But then there's times like we've recorded 2 episodes, and then next week we record another episode or 2.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, we can't record for like 2 weeks. Well, it's fine.
That's all right. We'll take a week off.
But then there's times like we have to record an episode. You're like, okay, let's figure it out.
Yeah. Which is this week, which is fine. Like I like doing, the live week, as it were.
Yeah. As live. Nigel's
doing it as live.
Nigel's been keep referring to some of the videos or whatever for TikTok. Speaking of anybody listening to this, please go follow us, obviously, Poor Decisions on Instagram. We've been doing all the KC Beer Co. Advent calendar
and
with the boxes.
I guess they can't be there tomorrow because this will be recorded the day before.
Yeah, and it won't be released until a few days after.
Yeah, so
recording.
But
it won't be released until...
But if we see you at KC Beer Co. tomorrow
at 11 a.m., then somebody has a problem.
Yeah, it's us.
We definitely have a problem. We will admit that for sure. But yeah, I'm excited to be doing that. Make sure you bring your any of your Christmas stuff.
Christmas.
Yes,
my sweater. Heard. Yes. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that way
I'm like Christmas stuff. Like, do I need to bring?
Like ugly sweater or something. So I'll bring mine. I need to. I grabbed Nigel's jacket that he had at the brewery, but now it's hanging up in my truck.
Yeah. Well, that's working out great.
At least I know where my truck is. Right now. I don't think it's going to get towed tonight.
Did you tell them that it's going to be there overnight?
Total Wine?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, what are they going to do? But
I doubt they're going to.
I mean, Sam's car has been in the parking lot at Transparent for like 3 months now. So.
I know. And cops come and ask us about cars over on the end of the parking lot that literally move every day.
Yeah.
Like, they might be there overnight one night. But, like, I had a cop come in one time. And he's like, that car's been over there all week. I'm like, not at night. It hasn't, dude.
Yeah, it's stop. Just fuck off.
Yeah. It's like, I appreciate you checking up on us and asking about that car, but, like, trust me, I've seen that car not there every day.
Yeah.
Because like it was one time like I've been here every day and that car has not been there every day.
Yeah.
So it's like we're good, dude.
Move along, sir.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
Move along, sir.
Moving along. We should probably wrap up with this episode.
Yeah.
And head on to the next episode.
The next episode.
Yeah. Hold up. Hey.
Wait a minute.
Pew, pew, pew. It was a good episode, though.
That's good.
That was fun to record.
Yeah.
I hope one day that we can get to the point where we can just do this like every week is that week's.
That's what I want, man.
And I've talked about it, and I still want to do it to where it's like, okay, we record the episode or we do it live on Twitch.
Yeah.
And then that way people can watch it on Twitch. But then
we drop it on.
We drop it on Friday, the audio episode, audio portion of it.
Yeah.
On Friday, but then that way it's like, okay, we got a cool little video part.
Yeah.
For Monday that's live. We drop a video on Wednesday for a beer.
And then Friday is the audio.
And
then they have all weekend to do all three.
Yeah. Or oh shit, I didn't get to see it live.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just listen to the audio later.
Yeah.
And because I know a lot of people that they record their videos and then they'll upload it to YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So, and I know Spotify.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Spotify's pushing for more video podcast stuff too.
Yeah.
And that one might be a good one for when we start doing the Lego version.
Hey.
That's something
that we'll talk about in the next episode.
Yes.
Because I was doing some research today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, let's wrap this one up then, shall we?
Wrap it up.
All right. Cheers, everybody. We will be continuing with the Tezcat.
Yeah, we have not finished our Tezcat.
I've only drank like half of mine.
Same.
And so it does have like a coating on it, doesn't it?
That's a good looking beer, man.
Oh, yeah. Muy nice. And we'll have
muy nice.
We'll have a couple other good beers, and those should be nice and cool now, too.
Heyo.
For the next episode.
Well, we'll see you on the next episode, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes.
Share.
Follow us on the Instagram and the Facebook, because I've been pushing all our videos to Facebook as well.
Yep.
So if you don't have the Instagram.
Poor Decisions.
And
I'm Connor.
I've been Bryan.
And we'll try better next time.
We will always try better next time. Cheers, everybody.
Later.